much are you concerned to make an intellectual point in your films? How much do you think of things in that way?
I think films can have ideas in them. I think, in fact, if they don't have ideas in them, I tend to get bored by them. I mean, but ideas aren't necessarily the enemy of emotion. They can coexist. For me, I know that it's hard for me to think of myself making some enormous CG movie or make it all about effects. Ideas are like effects. I mean, they're big. They do have size, and they increase the feeling and the ambition, the reach of a movie. But finally, that's not why we go to the movies. We go to the movies because of people and relationships and the opportunity to learn something about the human heart and about ourselves.
It's heart and mind. Without something that registers, resonates, fascinates, something that engages you on some human level, so that is a kind of a learning experience of some sort. That then the emotions are not going to be there, and the cathartic experience is not going to be there. So it's this equilibrium that you have to find, and sometimes the scale with certain stories is going to tip one way or another. But with each story, you have to discover it. You have to understand. That's kind of what we do. We come to understand and love our story enough to want to share it in a particular way, and understanding the balance of that heart and mind is obviously a big aspect of that.
I think the emotional part of it, but the emotion with the ideas that it's referring to is the thing. It's not an intellectual medium in producing it, but you're telling ideas, and that's where the writer becomes the king. I mean, the writing, the very format, architecture is where you start from, and you start with that, knowing that you're going to tell certain you're going to experiment with certain ideas, and that's what you have, and that's what you go with, and then how you approach it is a different style. Everybody will have their different way of doing it, but the writing is the format, and you can improvise a movie. I mean, that's great. It might be written in your head, and some people can improvise the whole movie, and that's terrific. But I always have great respect for the writer, but somebody who can sit down and make something out of nothing, out of air.